13 Auntie Mae's. It's a pleasure to be the second poet tonight. First real competitor. Alright, there's two things you need to know for this poem. Number one, I work at Radio Shack. Number two, the title of this poem is called Please Don't Hurt My Ears. There I was, straightening shelves while counting down the minutes of my 8-hour shift, knowing it will soon be coming to an end because I began to feel that first twinge of a cigarette craving encroaching upon me, hoping against all odds that a customer does not walk through my glass doors and keep me within the confines of my metal box I call retail sales, and wanting nothing more than to feel that first rush of nicotine from my after-work cigarette. Then, with an electronic chime, she appeared. 5 foot 8 inches of attractive youth. But something struck me as odd. I've never seen a girl with an Adam's apple before. Bobbing up and down as she closed in upon me. Not wanting to be rude, I shifted my gaze to her face. But as she slowed and took that first breath before asking me a question, I realized that peeking out from beneath day-old makeup was a million tiny hairs. And it suddenly occurred to me, in that split second between inhale and the first spoken word, I realized exactly what she was. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not a hater. I don't care if you're gay or straight, black or white, male or female, or something in between. It's just that I'm not used to seeing this sight. If anything, my heart went out to this young lady. I found puberty hard enough the first time. I can't imagine going through it twice. As she asked me her first question, and I began the process of trying to solve this young lady's electronics problem, a nagging sensation began to tug at the tiny little fibers within my ears. I asked a few qualifying questions, and with every response, that sensation continued to grow. I began to find it hard to concentrate as each high-pitched yop exploded with thunderous ease and rattled my delicate eardrums. It was at this point I began to ask myself, how is it that somebody can talk solely in their upper register for such a long time? As I was approaching the point of wanting to shove bamboo spikes between my fingernails, just thinking that it would be a comfortable alternative to listening to this person say one additional word. She said the words that I had been waiting to hear since that first utterance of our interaction. And that sentence, with a simple thank you, she was gone. It was at this point that I realized the only offensive thing about this young lady was her voice. I didn't care about the way she looked or dressed or what kind of life journey she was on. At the end of the day, all I ask is please don't hurt my ears.
That was Zachary! Man, that was embarrassing. I didn't know that there would be a poem about me tonight. Kind of embarrassing, I don't know. On Friday, December 4th, this Friday, there's the mayor's Spirit of the Holidays lighted parade and tree lighting ceremony. Following this will be live jazz here at Auntie Mae's with Dr. Wayne Gorns. And it's free, which is always good. Judges, let me see what you thought of that poem. 1, 2, 3. Put your scores in the air. Ooh. From low to high, we've got a 6.0. Don't bullshit me. What do you think of that score? We've got a 7.5. 8.9. An 8.4. And an 8.8 for Zachary. Give it up for that poet. Make some noise. And keep that noise going for the next poet on the stage, Johnny!
The poetry. There.
Go, Jelani! Hey, buddy. You got something in your hair?
The myth of male virility thinks redheads with big tits were put here for no reason other than its own enjoyment. The myth of male virility says this, its friends grunt sounds of approval and reach for more buffalo wings. The myth of male virility seems not to know the difference between a woman and her breasts. When I hear the myth of male virility talk about its conquests, epically devoid of any passion or tenderness, sometimes I begin to wonder whether the myth of male virility has ever actually had sex. Today, however, the myth of male virility informs me that yes, he did have sex yesterday afternoon with his girlfriend for 3 hours. Hearing this, the myth of male virility's girlfriend gets slightly annoyed, looks away at a spot across the room. I can't help but wonder if her face wore the same gesture of annoyance yesterday afternoon for 3 hours. The myth of male virility has never been with a fat girl, except for that one time, and it doesn't talk much about that. Because although it was an amazing night, the morning after was a tough one for the myth of male virility. Its entire sexuality was very nearly called into question. As to the myth of male virility, all sex is the same, all vulvas the same, all big boobs the same, all women the same, except for Asians.
God, how embarrassing. 2 poems in a row about me. Judges, write down your scores and put them in the air. Alright, from low to high, we have got a 7.0. We've got a 7.6. An 8.2. An 8.2. And a 9 for Jelani. Alright, I'm having fun. Are y'all having fun yet?
I love poetry.
They're having fun right up here. Alright, make some noise for the next poet coming up to the stage, who is